Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is November the 1st, 2021, and today the topic is opinions are like. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy new month. It is the month of November. Another day that the Lord has made. Man, so much to say. I guess I took in a lot of information over the weekend, and whatnot, just kind of making observations. I feel like I woke up to some interesting dreams, but not enough for me to like say, I guess. Not clear enough for me to say anyway, or whatever. But I mean, I guess they kind of could lead to the topic for today. There was one individual that came to my mind, or that I dreamed about, or whatever the case was, and and I know he was posting a lot of content or whatnot, and I didn't necessarily listen to everything because I had already kind of listened to some of the stuff that he posted, and could already see like where his mindset was regarding the situation, and I'm still trying to figure out my own thoughts, right? So I'm like, I was like, I don't, let me just, basically just kind of woosah from constant content or whatever. But hey, who knows? Maybe again, this is something I can go deeper about. Y'all know what I talked about on Saturday, right? And so, along the same lines, I mean, again, it's no secret what yesterday was and whatnot. No, me and my family didn't necessarily do anything in regards to celebrating Halloween or whatnot. But obviously, I see people that were out there doing their thing or whatever. So hey, by all means, again, everybody, be led by their own minds or whatnot in regards to that. But overall, I just, whether you all did something or not, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you all enjoyed your weekends and everything like that. So I guess to say, I guess that kind of leads to the topic for today, in a way, because I mean, well, again, I already kind of shared about like some of my thoughts in regards to just the fall winter season in general. um, but kind of taking away, how can I say, moving on from that, right, from the seasonal beliefs or whatnot, and going more so into like biblical beliefs and like general teaching and whatnot. I've noticed, and I'll be honest and say that there are quite a few ministries that I listen to, and I've shared repeatedly here. But I can honestly say that I can't say that I've necessarily agreed with everything the minister shared, right? Or yeah, I mean, let's just say shared. So and sometimes, it's things to think about. I'm not discrediting them. I mean, obviously, they've done, way more either training or research or whatever in order to feel comfortable teaching. So I'm not saying anything against that at all. Like, by all means, again, I'm not telling nobody to think no way or the other. I'm just saying, me as an individual human, I can say that I can't necessarily say that I've agreed with everything. And I'm pretty sure that everybody probably has felt the same way one time or another, especially if you've been in church and, you've been to church and whatnot, and, you might hear the pastor say something and you're like, oh, I don't know if I agree with that X, Y, and Z. Which, I mean, this is one of the reasons why, I'm assuming, but this is one of the reasons why they, are constantly saying things like, oh, we'll go to the Bible, turn to the page X, Y, and Z. So you can read for yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, we all know that the Bible has been mishandled in a lot of ways. We all know that people take it and just kind of do what they want to do with it. They use it to oppress. They use it to do different things. that may not be biblical, right? That may not be the purpose of the writings or whatever the case is. So for me, I definitely see the importance of reading the Bible for ourselves, and again, letting the marinate on our own hearts and minds, like the words and everything. Again, not just trying to plug the journal, but these are reasons why this is my mama, y'all, tuning in to me live. Good morning. Oh man, I love you too, Mama. I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching live. Well, I know you probably can speak on this as well. There may be a lot of things that we have heard over the years, and then we're like, or pastors have taught, or whatever the case is, where we're like, I don't know. Let me read this for myself. Let me get an understanding. Ask God for that understanding. And so, again, I do see the importance of us reading for ourselves. I do see the importance of us taking time to study the Bible and study the Word and all those things like it tells us to do. And so I guess that was kind of the inspiration for today, because if I do talk a little bit about, over the weekend and whatnot, and, again, I've heard so many things, so many opinions about, the holiday seasons and whatnot, and I guess all the defenses of why this or that is evil and X, Y, and Z. And I get it. Again, I've already established that I agree that people do evil. And yeah, people pick certain days to do extra evil. So I'm not going to say that, that's not the case or something like that. But I could also say, doing the little research that I did, I mean, you could also find information that says, well, technically All Hallows Eve, which is supposed to be this thing of this branch from Halloween or whatever the case was centered around, like, I don't know if I would say Christians, but like it man, listen, I'm just saying there's a lot of information out there. And you're like, well, what is accurate? Like, which one is the real thing? I guess what I'm saying is the information that I came across showed that All Hallows Eve or Halloween, the origins and all that stuff, wasn't as sinister as people are focusing on. So, I mean, again, again, we can all go deeper with this and stuff, and I'm not just trying to keep talking about Halloween. Halloween is over. I'm not talking about, honestly, I'm not talking about anything. I'm just more so talking about, opinions and, teachings and things like that. Because after a while, right, once you look at, I guess, different facts, or you look at different, you research and whatnot, then you're like, okay, now I can form my own opinion or whatever. And so it's like, how can I say, I just think and this is just me and my little humble opinion, so by all means, take everything I say with a little grain of salt. Like, you ain't even really got but I just kind of see this thing as, like, sometimes we focus so much on the evil that we miss out on whatever good that we could do, right? We miss out on whatever God is telling us to do by focusing so much on either opinions or the evil aspect, right? Because because I can't say, because I don't know. I wasn't there in history. All I can say is, hey, I looked up some some of the research says that it started off. I wish I had it in front of me. I should have written it down. I didn't know I was going to talk about it more today. I did share the article that I was citing the other day, though. I did share that for those that are interested in more information about Halloween, or more information about, like, should Christians celebrate it and all this different stuff. Because I feel like the person broke it down, and not only did I read the article and read what the person has to say, or read the information that the person shared, I did more research to confirm that that's what it says as well. So it's like, okay, now I wasn't in history to know that this is what happened and this is what led up to, Halloween. All I can say is these are what two different sources are saying the same thing in regards to, this whole concept of All Hallows Eve. and the it was supposed to be representing like saints or whatnot, and they was going to something along those lines. I don't know. Y'all got to go look at that stuff for yourself. Um, but I guess I'm sharing this to say that at the end of the day, when it comes to all of this stuff, right, holidays, or anything, right, that we learn or whatever, I think that we should, again, not just go basing things off of the opinion or the teaching of someone, right? Go to the word, right, and confirm for yourself, okay, this is what it says, and ask God for the wisdom. And not to say, and I'm not saying that to say you can't be taught, because obviously there are people in positions to teach and help us get an understanding and everything like that. But I just do really think it's important for each of us to take out the time ourselves to read the Bible too. We can't base everything on people's opinions. We gotta see what the words say, and then see what God say. Excuse me. See what God say. Now, I'm gonna share these verses I came across this morning because I feel like I didn't took too long to explain the topic for today. So here we go. Romans 14:1. It says, "As for the one who is weak in faith, welcome him, but do not quarrel over opinions." There you go. I mean, again, now maybe I'm somebody that's weak in faith, right? Maybe I'm somebody that, again, if I compare myself to some of the individuals that are in leadership or teaching positions or, pastoral positions or something like that. And that's why I say I'm not discrediting those gentlemen. If they got the revelation from the Lord to let everybody know that, okay, X, Y, and Z is evil, so don't participate or whatever, hey, by all means, listen to the ministers, right? I'm just one person studying here. But I guess my other thing here is what I'm getting here is that we shouldn't be like quarreling, as it says, over opinions. Cause some things, right? Cause even as like I said, as I did the research or what I didn't see, not said, yes, there are things that say that, okay, there's certain things that are, that are geared towards evil, right? But then there's also this origin that wasn't as sinister. So it's like, Lord, how do you want me to say it here? How do you want me to say it? So I guess for me, it kind of just boils down to, okay, well, doing everything to the glory and honor of God. Like everything. Like I think we got to get in our mindset, like everything we do, like the word says, eating, drinking, like whatever you do, can you do these things to the glory and honor of God? Like I was saying the other day, can you do like maybe, okay, if you was out there, celebrating or doing something that, wasn't to the glory and honor of God, then I guess, hey, you know, I guess it's your prerogative, but I mean, you're free to do that. But, I can see where some of the, I guess, misunderstanding or the discreditation or whatever can come in. But if you could use whatever it is to the glory and honor of God, then, I think we should do that too, so, and again, I just feel like sometimes we take on people's opinions and whatnot. We take on all this other extra, and then we miss out on whatever good that God could have done through us, on whatever day, whatever. So that's just what came to me this morning as I've read that. But let me keep going. Galatians 1:10, it says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God, and or of God, or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ." Well, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, like, again, what are we doing, and whose approval are we trying to get? I mean, that's it. Like, I mean, there's nothing really more to even say about that. I think that's what it boils down to at the end of the day as well. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Proverbs 18:2. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. I mean, hey y'all, again, like I said, I'm going to go deeper as well. Like I mean, maybe I will go and listen to, some of the ministers and what they've shared about other different things and whatnot. Because again, I'm not just out here trying to just share my little humble opinion either. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to study and get an understanding on whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we should do what this verse says: get a understanding, or take pleasure in getting an understanding. Um, so then I guess we could form a logical opinion, or whatever the case is. I mean, there's plenty of verses that we can go deeper with this. I mean, and I hope that you guys do. I hope that you all take out the time to, look at these verses that are in the go deeper section and let them marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. I thought it was very interesting, the Bible verse of today. Because again, it goes hand in hand, but this is how these things work, man, sometimes. Philippians 2:12, it says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. The Progress Podcast is a faith-based, family-friendly podcast established during quarantine, promoting progress as a pathway to purpose. As I'm growing, you'll grow too, because it is about progression, not perfection.